All right, guys, we are back. Welcome back to the channel. And today, guys, I want to talk about a highly anticipated matchup that we've been talking about for some years now. You know, a lot of people have been wanting this fight, and it looks like we may just be getting this fight next. And of course, I'm talking about Gervonta Tank Davis versus Vasiliy Lomachenko. This is one that people do not want to miss. If the fight does take place, it will be a unification matchup. That's the icing on the cake. Both of these guys hold titles. Vasiliy Lomachenko holds the IBF title, and Gervonta Tank Davis holds the WBA title. So like I said, it'll be a unification matchup. But here's the thing. What I want to talk about is Timothy Bradley, the Hall of Famer, and what he had to say about this matchup. He said that he thinks that Vasiliy Lomachenko will be Tank's toughest opponent to date. His toughest opponent to date. And let me say this. I respect Timothy Bradley. I think he has a very keen mind when it comes to the sport of boxing. He is a Hall of Famer. And I respect a lot of things that he says. I know some of you guys don't like Tim. I liked him, you know, because he keeps it real. He doesn't bite his tongue. And like I said, he has a sharp mind when it comes to the sport of boxing. And I have to say that I absolutely 100% agree with Timothy Bradley in this case. And let me say this. Leading up to the Frank the Ghost Martin fight, I talked about, you know, who would be Tank's most athletic opponent. You know, I mentioned the toughest opponent. I said his toughest opponent was Pitbull Cruz due to, you know, him not, you know, having a great skill set, but, you know, being that guy that's going to be in your face and hard to get off of you. But I said that Frank Martin would be his most athletic opponent. And, you know, Frank Martin did deliver in that fight. He gave Tank some problems. Go back and look at Tank's face. Frank Martin's jab was on point. His footwork was on point. He put on a good performance until he got tired and started lingering in the ropes and not listening to his trainer. But I thought he did well. I thought he did well until the knockout, of course. But now that we see that Vasiliy Lomachenko is next, I think not only is he the most athletic opponent that Tank will face, I think he's the most toughest opponent as well. Even though Vasiliy Lomachenko doesn't have a huge resume in professional boxing, we know he has a stellar amateur career. Of course, he has the experience factor, and he's one hell of a boxer. I know some of you guys think that he's a hype job, but no. This guy is special. They don't call him the Matrix for a reason. You know, they call him the Matrix for a reason. Let me rephrase that. But let me read what something Tim Bradley had to say here. He says, I just think Loma brings something Tank has never seen before. Loma will be the hardest fighter Tank has ever fought. Mentally skillful, experienced, even with age, every legendary fighter has one more good fight in them. They're just waiting for the opportunity to show it, said Tim Bradley. And yeah, he's definitely right about that. I know a lot of people were saying leading up to the Devin Haney fight that, you know, Loma was old. And Loma didn't look old in that ring. And some of you guys remember that, you know, it was a controversial decision. A lot of people thought that Loma actually won the fight against Devin Haney. And Loma in his last fight with George Kambosos Jr., he was light years ahead of George Kambosos Jr. He wasn't an old man in that ring. You know, he might be an old man in age, but in that ring, he looked like the Loma of old to me. I thought he put on a fantastic performance, and I don't have a problem with his age. I know some people are going to harp on that, but I think the guy, you know, has the skill set. He has the footwork. You know, Loma likes to pressure guys, so I'm interested in seeing how that's going to work out in a fight with Tank Davis. He seems to mentally break people, and Tank kind of has that same thing. You know, he comes in with that high guard, he walks you down, and the difference between Loma and Tank, I would say, is definitely the footwork. You guys know Loma has the better footwork. Loma throws more punches. He throws a lot of combination punches from different angles. Tank is more of a counter puncher. He kind of sits back and waits for you to make a mistake, then he capitalizes off the mistakes you made. So I'm interested in seeing how this will play out. Will Tank come in with a different game plan? Because I don't think the high guard thing's going to work with a fighter like Loma. Loma is just too damn good. He's going to have a serious game plan going into this fight, because there's no doubt this is going to be his toughest opponent to date. Timothy Bradley is 100% correct. And I, for one, can't wait to see this fight. I can't wait to see what game plan that Tank is going to have to pull out of his hat. Because we know what Loma's going to do. We know what he's going to do. We know he's going to use that superior footwork. We know he's going to pressure Tank. We know he's going to throw a lot of combinations. And he's very accurate. He's a very accurate puncher. And he does have pop on his punches. So this is going to be a very, very tough fight for Tank. The boxing IQ, both of these guys have high boxing IQs. But I think Vasiliy Lomachenko is the better boxer. And like I always say on this channel, skills pay the bills. Usually the guy with the bigger skill set is going to be the one that comes out on top. That's not always the case, because we know you have anomalies like Tank Davis, who has the one-hitter quitter type power, and he can, change everything in the blink of an eye. He could be down on all the rounds, and you make one mistake, and he can put you out. So it's going to be a fantastic matchup in my opinion. But like I said, I do believe that this is going to be Tank's toughest opponent. But anyway, guys, that's my take on that. You guys let me know what you think. Do you agree with Timothy Bradley? Do you think Tank's just going to go in and steamroll Vasiliy Lomachenko? You guys let me know how you feel about that in the comments section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.